Salutations, my Fallout lovers. It is Matty here today, out in the wild, and really I'm just at the park near my house, and I'm recording this vlog while holding the mini tripod in my hand, so I apologize for the shaky camera work in advance. But anyways, I'm here to give you guys an update on my health. There's been a lot going on lately, but before I work you guys up, everything is okay. I am fine. So if you're here just to know if I'm okay or not, there you go. Now I'm here to tell you guys a little bit of a story. So yeah, it's been a long 2 weeks for me. Everyone's been so hyped for Fallout, and I've had my mind everywhere. I haven't made a video in a while, though I've had videos up for you guys because I've had so many made in advance. So yeah, basically what happened was that I had a awful case of anxiety, which I never get. I never get anxiety, ever. Like, I'm a really calm, laid-back type of guy, despite what my videos show. And I really keep it cool, and I was just freaking out. I'm gonna tell you guys the full story because on this channel, we're friends here. We don't hold back. And so I developed this weird fear. I developed a fear of death for myself, for friends, and for family. And I just wanted to hold everyone close, nice, tight and knit, and never let go, just because, not because I was afraid, but more so because I loved life so much. And it was just really tough for me because it was such a weird random phase to go through out of nowhere. And it had me really nervous where, like, you know, I'd just sit out with my family instead of doing my own thing because I couldn't focus on anything except that anxiety, and it was just getting to me. And now I know the internet is full of people who are just like, well, walk a mile in my shoes and then complain about your problems. But for me, as a guy who has zero health problems, really, and no anxiety, no depression, nothing like that, it was kind of tough for me. You know, in my standards, it was pretty tough. And so, you know, that was working up for a while. And then what we didn't realize was a trigger was something else, and that's when I went to my grandma's house and tried an inversion table because I don't have a bad back, so why the fuck not, right? And so I tried this inversion table, and it sets everything off from here. That brought about health concerns because my heartbeat became irregular, which is not good. Irregular heartbeats are not good. It set off my equilibrium, so anytime I laid down, I got a sense of vertigo that would feel like blood was rushing to my head because the particles in your ear, so to say, were so discombobulated. And so yeah, I was just freaking out because there felt like there was so much wrong. And I told you guys a story in advance and how things really happened, but at this time I was like, okay, my head's fuzzy, my heart's beating weird, what is going on with myself? And like, I was getting anxiety attacks almost like 3 times a day. It was terrible. I couldn't focus on anything. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even hold a normal conversation, not because I couldn't speak, but because, you know, someone would start talking to me and I'd be focused on the conversation, then just start drifting out and just start thinking about that anxiety again. It was terrible. But over time, I got over that anxiety in its own right, and I feel a lot better about things now. I just realized that, you know, I love life, man. Life is great, and I can't mistake that for being afraid. And so I figured that out on my own, and I feel a lot better about that situation. As for the heart thing and the head thing, at the time I didn't know that this was all set off by an inversion table, so I was freaking out thinking that something was terribly wrong, just because even though I'm a healthy kid who goes to the gym, plays hockey, and all this stuff, I thought that some type of freak accident could have happened to me. With my luck, with everything going well, that something bad could have popped up. And fortunately it did not. But that was after probably the longest weekend of my life. I got blood tests done on Thursday. And they were actually, I found out today as I record this video, ready on the following day, but they made me wait. It turns out that everything's okay after those blood results came back because they wanted to make sure that there wasn't like heart block or anything wrong with my thyroid, anything wrong with you know, the liver or anything. They just want to make sure I was perfectly okay in that regard. It could have been 1,000,001 other things, and the only way to tell was through these blood tests. So even though it was ready the following day, I was waiting an entire weekend to find out these blood test results, and it was the worst weekend of my life, hands down. Because one thing was that I couldn't sleep because my mind was running. I had tension headaches, which is just, you think so much that you give yourself a headache. And right now my mind is clear, and it is probably the most awkward feeling because I am so used to having 50 million thoughts run at a time. I have no problem getting used to that again. On top of that, I couldn't sleep because of the like weird fuzziness I was getting when I was laying down. I didn't know what it was at the time, so when I laid down I couldn't sleep, so I had to sleep on an elevated pillow for a couple of nights, and I don't recommend that to anyone. That's very uncomfortable. So I've had a lot of sleepless nights, interrupted sleep, and it's just been, in my standards, it's been pretty tough for me. And I was just like, This is awful. And I just couldn't wait for this day, Monday, as I record this video, to find out what was wrong and just talk to the doctor and really get a grip on what's happening. And I did, and it's sinus bradycardia, which it sounds a lot worse than it actually is. When they said that to me, I'm like, oh boy, but it's actually a good thing. He says kids who are really healthy and active have sinus bradycardia, which is a slowed heart rate because their heart's so accustomed to running to compensate for when they're running around or doing whatever, can pump out enough blood at a slower rate, so it doesn't need to be like dun 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 dun. It could just go dun 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 dun. It's like your heart rhythm was fine. They said it's perfectly fine. You have a healthy heart. It was just that it was a slower heartbeat, which isn't a bad thing. So the heart thing was cleared up. Then I told him about the head thing. He's like, you lay on an inversion table lately? I'm like, yeah, just a few days ago. He's like, you threw off your equilibrium. This has happened to many people before. Give it a week or so, you'll be fine. And lo and behold, this day when I woke up, I was laying flat on my back without any fuzziness, and I was like, huh, that's interesting. I guess it went away, and now I know why it's going away, because it really wasn't anything that I thought was like wrong with my brain or something. That was part of the anxiety kicking in. It was because I just thought the worst case scenario, to tell you the truth, like it could have been anything at that point, and I had no idea what it was. So yeah, that's basically the breakdown of what's been going on for me. I am healthy, thank God. I am happy. I am feeling a lot better about things, and I'm ready to go for this Fallout 4 launch now. It was quite a dilemma. I'm glad it's all done before the game comes out, and I can actually focus on my work, because that's the tough thing. You know, it was like really taking away from my work. But one good thing that did come out of this, I gotta say, is I got a lot closer to my faith again, which is something I stepped away from. And I know that it's like a goddamn crime to speak of like religion on YouTube, but I don't give a fuck, honestly. I'm just gonna say that. If you guys don't believe in that stuff, fine, whatever, doesn't kill me, but I hope you guys can respect that I choose to. And I kind of got closer to that again, and that made me feel a lot better about things as well. But yeah, overall, Matty is feeling just relieved right now. Not like super happy or anything. I'm just feeling nice and calm, and I don't have a million thoughts going through my head, which is nice. It's just a good feeling right now. So yeah, I wanted to give you guys the update on everything that's going on, even though most of you didn't notice anything was wrong. Just all you knew was I was going through some anxiety. I beat it all, and I'm feeling a lot better because of it. So I mean, and my case was really honestly mild. It was just my head getting to me more than anything. And I just gotta say that if you guys are going through severe cases, that's tough. What I would classify as mild, I can only imagine what severe is like. If you're out there and you're struggling, talk to someone. That helped a lot. My family was there for me, my friends were there for me, and it made this process a lot smoother, even though it wasn't a smooth process at all. Made me feel a lot better about things compared to what it could have been. But anyway, I have rambled on long enough. The health updates are done. I am okay. Everything's gonna be okay, or everything is okay rather. And I thank you guys for sticking through this with me. So until tomorrow's countdown video, I will catch you guys later. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.